Hi. Welcome in. We're glad you're here back again for day 5.
That's right. It's Friday.
It is. And someone said 98 degrees in Cincinnati, Ohio. We feel that. We're in Lima, Ohio, and it is definitely hot, but we're inside and we're talking about quilting. So
that's right.
That's better than being outside today. Huge storms in Raleigh, North Carolina. I could use a little rain up here. Send it this way. All right. Well, good. I see we've got some returning people today for our final day of Hoop Sisters Academy. My name is Aubrey Ellerbrock, and this is my sister.
Hi, I'm Sarah Congdon.
Sarah does designing and digitizing and teaching on the workshops here. And I do all the other things it takes to keep a business moving along. She does some of that too. So we're glad to be back. We are not the Hoop Sisters, but we are Hoop Sisters. And then Annie Moody and Linda Remmers are our mom and aunt and the co-founders of this cool business that's been around since 2008, believe it or not. So hi, Brenda from Lima. Good to see you on here. Okay, I thought we would start with something. I didn't tell you about this. I thought we would start with something a little different today. If you, as always, I always like to ask, if you're new around here, drop a number 1 in the comments. Drop a number 1 if you're considered new to Hoop Sisters, new to Quilt in the Hoop. If you say you're a newbie, drop a number 1 in the comments. And I thought we could go through this, Sarah, because I'm going to make it a little bigger, so hopefully everyone can see.
Okay, I think I can do this. I don't like when you throw me curveballs
I know.
Live sometimes, but yeah, so here Aubrey wants me to talk about, I guess.
Yeah, we can both talk about it, but I think this is important, especially for people who are new around here.
So what sets Hoop Sisters apart? What is Hoop Sisters? What makes it a little different? So here you can kind of see the contrasting differences between traditional quilting and Hoop Sisters, which is done in the hoop of your embroidery machine. So with traditional quilting, your fabric cuts have to be precise. They have to be to the exact size. So if it says 1/8 of an inch, you've got to cut something right at that 1/8 of an inch mark. With Hoop Sisters, you don't have to cut it perfectly. You don't have to have perfect 1/4 inch seams. And so I guess I'm hopping kind of down into the second bullet point with this one. But you don't have to have perfectly 1/4 inch seams because everything is digitized to be perfectly square. It's digitized so that your seams are stitched exactly where they need to be. And honestly, even when you're joining your blocks, you're joining from the basting stitch. You're not matching up raw edges and having to have those be perfectly cut. So you have a lot more wiggle room when you're doing the Hoop Sisters Quilt in the Hoop method.
I like the sound of that because having to do it exactly perfect stresses me out.
I'm not perfect.
Okay.
So yeah, I like that too. Okay, what is next? So perfectly squared up blocks with traditional quilting. So when you're done with the block, you have to make sure it is cut perfectly square. Again, you don't have to worry about that with Hoop Sisters when you're doing Quilt in the Hoop because everything is digitized so that it's already stitching it perfectly square for you. And then after that, you are sewing your quilt top together and then you layer it, which I've done this one time. I've only done this one time and I was probably in my early 20s and it was such a workout. You would not believe.
And you work out.
It was such a workout. It's so much work. So you don't have
with the traditional
method.
With
the traditional method. You're getting a workout with the traditional method. You guys probably have done this before, so you know. But because our let me see, which line am I at? Point to me. Okay. This says because our blocks are joined along the basting stitch sewn right in the hoop, you don't have to have, well, that one kind of goes with it. But I guess in contrast to the sewing your quilt top together and then having to layer it, when your block comes out of the hoop, it's already layered. You can add that vacuum fabric right in the hoop if you want, which we're going to talk a little bit about today. So that's definitely different than the traditional quilting method.
That's a plus.
And then with traditional quilting, if you don't want to hand sew it or, stitch it yourself, you're paying a long armor to do that quilting for you. But with Hoop Sisters, another thing that sets it apart is that our quilting is always included. So when you see a design of ours, if there's quilting in it, that was done right in the hoop. So that's really awesome.
So there's a lot of differences between traditional quilting and the Hoop Sisters method. And I will say it sounds like we dialed it in to be a little bit easier.
I think so.
And still looks like a master quilter did it.
See, Mary Martin over on YouTube says, my old knees won't let me get on the floor anymore.
Right.
Also, no one is allowed to watch me try to get back up.
Right. I mean,
it's a lot of work to get a big quilt on the floor and layer it out and tape everything and then pin it. It is a ton of work.
So we wanted to share that because we have so many new people in our world right now, which is fantastic. So definitely wanted to start there. Now, we are going to talk today about backing options.
Yep.
Sarah is. And then we're going to meet 3 new shops. And I've got my little list here because I wanted to tell you all the places we've been in a few short days.
We're just hopping all over the place.
So we've been up to Canada. We went down to Florida, over to Idaho, further to California. We went back to Pennsylvania, down to North Carolina, and then to Indiana, Illinois, Texas, and Kansas, all in 4 days. Man, are you guys tired? This has been quite the road trip. I saw someone put in the comments earlier that this week is going really fast, which means you're enjoying it, I think. Today, we're going to hop over to New York, and we're going to go to Oregon, and then we're going to visit Texas one more time. So we've got a really nice list of shops coming up. So stay tuned for that. Our first one is at 3:00. But for right now, we're going to talk all about backing options. And there's a couple, right?
Yeah, there certainly are.
Okay.
2 different options that we can talk about. Let's switch over. You got something else you want to do?
I just want to make sure you guys know we're having a live giveaway. As usual, we've got $20 in store credit up for grabs. So to participate, you just type the word weekend, whether you're watching us on YouTube right now or Facebook. Go ahead and type the word weekend, and you only get entered once. So don't feel like you have to do it all the time, every time it comes up, but we'll get you entered to win $20 for hanging out with us live today. All right. Awesome. I think we should turn it over to you.
Okay.
Let me get your camera
over here.
There you go.
Okay. So when we talk about backing options, there are really 2 options when it comes to adding the backing on your blocks. So one option is that you can add the backing fabric while your block is still in the hoop. And I want to say it was Tuesday when I stitched the stitch and flip portion of the block that I added the backing fabric in the hoop, or it might've been Wednesday. I don't remember. One of those days. So go back and check those replays if you're curious about adding the backing while it's in the hoop, because you can kind of see me do it hands-on. But after the backing is done in the hoop, you trim your block like we did yesterday. So this block we trimmed up yesterday. And I trimmed these 3 sides. I removed that bulk right up to the basting stitch because we would have another block stitched to each of these 3 sides in this scenario. And then this last side, I just trimmed 1/4 inch through all layers because we're going to act like we're going to have binding sewn to that side. So you can see this has our backing fabric in the hoop. And with a lot of Hoop Sisters designs, when you add your backing fabric in the hoop, you're also going to see a lot of that really pretty quilting come through on the back. It really just depends on the particular design. With this little cute freebie block, I didn't digitize it so that you could see any of that through on the back, but many of our designs, especially our heirloom quilts, have some stunning quilting that would show through on the back. So that's kind of the advantage of doing your backing fabric in the hoop. Now, if you add it in the hoop, you also have to do the sashing method that we'll talk about in a minute. But then I did want to just do a little overview. The other method for adding backing is to do a 1-piece backing. So we're going to walk through both of these today. And I'm actually going to start with, let me see, which should I start with? I'm actually going to start with the backing in the hoop option with the sashing. So you guys are going to have to pretend and just act like these blocks have backing fabric on it. So if they had backing fabric on it, it would look a little more like this. You're still going to see the raw edges on your seams. So you're still going to see all this fabric right here in your seams. You just wouldn't see the battleizer. You just see that piece of fabric. So let's act like our backing
cream fabric.
Yes, yeah. I used cream backing fabric, and you can see my fun quilting showing through, right?
Yep.
So now we've joined our blocks together. We press all our seams to one side. Now we have to get some sashing to cover these raw edges. And one thing, I should have grabbed an example of sashing. Actually, if you don't mind, will you get Summer Dreams?
Yeah.
Summer Dreams, yes. So to make your sashing, you can.
Summer Dreams, not Summer Breeze.
Yeah, it's in that the top of that right there. So I wanted to show you on our trimmer by George, we actually have that sashing mark right here. It says sashing. So you'll never forget. It's in the other cabinet, Aubrey. You'll never forget how wide to cut it. So it's just 1.5 inches. You're going to cut your sashing. You can also see binding here. So these are great little guides, but cut your sashing 1.5 inches wide. And then if I can get this, you'll just press it wrong sides together and the raw edges will meet in the middle. So hopefully you guys can see that. Wrong sides together, raw edges just meet right in the middle, okay? So no raw edges. So now we're gonna take this piece of sashing fabric, and what we would need to do is we wanna cover our seams. So how we're gonna do this is we wanna make sure that the center of our sashing, right where our raw edges are meeting, lines up right at, I'm stealing this, right at our basting stitch. So right at our seam. And you can kind of see your basting stitch right here. That should be right where your seam is. And you just want to make sure that the center of your sashing lines up right with that. So what I do is I line it up with that. I would lay it flat, go over to your machine. Now, when you're putting sashing on, you're going to be working with the back side of your quilt facing up, which means that you need to put a monopoly thread in the bobbin. And then in the top of your machine and the needle, I always put a monopoly still in the top, or you can match your thread to your sashing fabric. Once you've done that, you're just going to start on one side of your sashing strip. And let's see if you can see that better. You're going to start on one side of your sashing strip with an elongated serpentine stitch. And I'll show you that over at the machine in a moment. And then you're just going to kind of stitch right over the edge of your sashing strip all the way down. And as I do this, so I would sew my elongated serpentine stitch. I would stop. I would peek under there to make sure that the center of my sashing is still lined up with my seam. I'm going to sew a little bit more. I'm going to look, make sure it's lined up, lay it flat, stitch. You just got to do a little at a time. Go slow with this, because the slower you go, the better your results are going to be, I think. And then after you get one side done, you're going to go back and do the other side. Now, after you do this, how do you trim your sashing fabric? I'm going to get this fabric out of here. How do you trim your sashing fabric? So if this side of my blocks are going to be joined to another block, you're going to want to trim your sashing fabric even with your basting stitch. Not even with that raw edge, but even with your basting stitches. Yep, right on the edge of that where your backing fabric would be. If you're going to have binding sewn to this side, you're going to trim your sashing fabric even with your binding. And the reason that if you're joining this to other blocks, you're going to trim it right with that basting stitch is because you don't need that extra fabric right in your seam allowance, because after you join another set of blocks to these, you're then going to cover it with more sashing. So we have done so many videos on sashing in the past. I highly recommend that you look those up if you are putting your backing on while it's in the hoop. I think it can be a little intimidating sometimes if you've never done it, but I love kind of the artistic element of it, and I think it really pays off when you do it. So it's artistic not only because you can see the quilting and the back,
are you going to hold it up here or there?
I'll hold it up right here, and then maybe we can hold it up in front of that. But it's artistic because you can not only see the really cute quilting that pops through, but I personally love when the sashing fabric contrasts the backing fabric.
Yeah, and there have been quilts that we've done where it completely matches.
And it does blend in.
So it can be a design detail if you want it to be, and I like that too.
But yeah, I love when let me show you this. Let's hold it up, Aubrey. So this is the back.
Should we show the front first?
Sure, let's show the front. I'm going to say this wrong. It's Summer Dreams, right?
Summer Dreams.
So Summer Dreams. So here's the front. Again, what makes HoopSisters awesome? in my opinion. And I know I'm biased, but it's that all that quilting is included in there. I think it's kind of hard to see all of it on the screen, but just gorgeous quilting. So your block is done when it's out of the hoop. And now the back. So one fun reason to love adding your backing in the hoop. You can just use different fabrics, really pretty sashing strips, and it's fun. Okay, now, if you don't like that and you want to do a one-piece backing, let's do this. And before I do one-piece backing, I do want to say, if you are joining us for the first time today and you're like, where'd she get those blocks? What are we doing today? So we are using, this is our cute little HoopSisters Academy block. And you can snag this in our Facebook HoopSisters VIP group. Are you going to walk them through how to get that again?
I will at the end. Yeah.
Aubrey will show you how to get it today, but it's completely free. If you're in that group, you can just download that file right from that Facebook
I just
group.
saw a really great question from Lori on YouTube wants to know so the sashing is only on the back?
Yes, ma'am. It's only on the back because once you join the front, it's just everything's going to be completed on the front. No need to cover any raw edges on here.
Great question.
Yes. Okay, let's talk one-piece backing. And if I talk too long, you can yell at me, Aubrey.
You're good.
I think I'm good though. So we're going to talk one-piece backing. So I've got this. Now from this block, I just did the stitch and flip component. There are not 2 blocks or 3 blocks or anything like that, just one free block. I only did the stitch and flip component and the quilting, and then I stopped with these blocks. And then I joined them together. And yesterday we did this live. So we joined this together live yesterday. And I did not add the backing fabric and the hoop on these. Remember, we were pretending that I did when I was doing that sashing demo. But I did not add the backing fabric. So now we're just going to do a one-piece backing. So you can see here with this one-piece backing, I've got a piece of fabric that's about 1 inch bigger on each side. And what I'm going to do is I would lay that piece of fabric down. You don't, when you're working with this size, you don't really need to tape this taut or anything like that. I just lay it down. I lay my blocks, my joined blocks right on top of it. And then we're going to pin. We're just going to use quilting safety pins and we're going to pin. And when we pin, we make sure that we are avoiding the seams. So it might be hard to tell if you are new to Quilt in the Hoop, it might be hard to tell where my blocks are on here. It's not just these triangles. It's the square part. So this is my block, this part right here. So when I'm pinning, I'm avoiding the seams. So I'm avoiding this seam and I'm avoiding this seam. So I just like to pin kind of right in the center of my block. One last pin. I put a pin in every block too.
Also, I just absolutely love the fact that with this one free block, you can make this or you can make this.
Isn't that so cute?
It is.
It's adorable. Now I will say, if you go to make this, you do want to alternate kind of where you're putting your light and your dark fabric. So 2 of my blocks, I placed the fabric in the same place, and then the other 2, I switched it. And that just makes this cute little pinwheel. So I've got my backing fabric attached with my safety pins. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to the machine and we'll talk through how to attach the backing fabric now that my blocks are all joined together. Do you want to chat with them about something real quick while I set up everything over here?
I sure will. I am going to make this full screen so we don't see your camera moving around. Hi, Sacred. So we have about 11 minutes left before we bring on our first shop, and Sarah's got a little bit more of demo to do. But as we move her camera around, I did want to remind everyone that we have another workshop coming up next week, September 4th and 5th. And both days are going to be at 2 p.m. And day 2, we're doing something a little different. Typically, day 2, we're showing just the trimmer, the pin, not just the trimmer, the pinning technique, and how to join your blocks together. But this time, Sarah's also got a little bit of a trick up her sleeve. She has a cheater method to put a sleeve on your quilt that she's going to share with us. So That's going to be exciting. I get that question a lot. How do you put the sleeve
Yeah.
on? How do you put the sleeve
Yeah.
on? So she's going to show us how to do that, which is going to be fantastic.
It's so easy and requires 0 hand sewing.
Woo!
Which I love.
I know. Well, I'm going to throw Sarah under the bus a little
That's
bit. She
fine.
goes, I hate putting the sleeves on.
I
I have this cheater way I do it. And isn't that the best way that you come up with different things? Is you want to avoid something hard, you may find an easy way. Yeah, that's right. Nina, if you wouldn't mind, if you could drop the link to the registration, and that way everyone can get registered if you have not yet done so. Registering also gets you a free gift sent to your email with the email confirmation. And that is going to be an adorable candy corn. I almost said candy cane. Woo, it is not that time yet.
Not yet.
Candy corn mug rug for you to try out just for registering. And then you'll also get email reminders and a link to join it next week. Okay, she looks ready. Here we go. Go ahead, Sarah.
Okay, so I'm over at the machine. We already pinned our blocks to our backing fabric. Now at the machine, what you would want to use, and this is not at all what I have in my needle or my bobbin, by the way. So again, we're pretending. You would want to place in your needle a monopoly invisible thread. Where'd it go? There it is. I'll show this to you guys. So this is called monopoly. It's an extra fine polyester invisible monofilament thread. And it kind of reminds me of I don't know why I'm acting like you guys can see it when I hold it.
You can't.
It kind of reminds me of an extra fine like fishing line.
Almost.
Now my machine works fine with it and it's fine. The hardest part is threading it because it's hard to see, right? But again, you'd put this monopoly monofilament invisible thread in your needle. And then right in your bobbin, you can also put the monopoly in your bobbin. That is typically what I tend to do. Or you can match your bobbin thread to your backing fabric and it'll blend right in. Either way, it's whatever you prefer. And then after we've done that, we're gonna select an elongated serpentine stitch on your machine. Just kind of a stitch that meanders back and forth. We don't really give you parameters of exactly what size stitch to use. You can kind of play around with how much you want to elongate it and it's still going to serve the same purpose and it's going to work the same way. So just an elongated serpentine stitch and then we're just going to stitch in the ditch. And what I like about the serpentine stitch too, by the way, is that the stitch in the ditch doesn't have to be precise because it's going to meander right over that seam. You're not actually stitching a straight line directly on it. So I do like that it's a little more forgiving because I know even some people are a little intimidated by stitching a perfectly straight line. And I don't know about you guys, but I have a hard time with that. So I like this. So let's go. So in my needle, I do have a reddish thread just so that we can see it when I'm done. And then I have a thread that kind of matches my backing fabric in my bobbin. And now now if I had a lot of rows on here, I would keep going with the same direction, the seams that run in the same direction. I've just got the 4 blocks though, so we're gonna turn it and stitch that other seam.
Yes, you can get pre-wound bobbins, monopoly bobbins. I believe we even have some on our website.
Yes. Okay, so both of my seams are secured using that serpentine stitch, and I'll show you kind of a better view of that in a second. I don't think you're going to be able to see it over here on this camera. That's a little hard to see, isn't it?
Maybe try the back.
That dark fabric.
Well, that's even darker.
Blue, huh?
Yeah.
So, but
you can see it a little.
That's a testament to it. Just blends right in because
Yeah.
I actually have like a burgundy-ish reddish thread in my needle right now. So after you are done stitching in the ditch of all of your seams, you're just going to go right around the edges of each of the sides of your wall hanging or quilt and you're going to baste. So just choose a straight stitch, make it a little longer, just baste right around those edges. And after that, oh man, this is almost like we got to move the camera again. And I don't want to do that to you guys, but so we'll just kind of talk through what you would do next. So I've got my seams are done. We're going to baste around the edges. After that, you can go ahead and remove all of your pins. I won't make you guys watch me remove all of them, but there's 2 of them gone. You know what? That's going to bug me, and there's only 4. I'm doing it.
And you didn't change your needle. Someone asked, what size needle do you use with the mono?
I didn't change it. No, I don't know if this is a 14. I don't know. If Annie is watching, she'd be able to tell you exactly what size it is, or if I have it over here. I do. This is a size 11 needle. Okay, so that answers that question. So after we're done basting around those edges, then what I do is I take an acrylic ruler, your quilting ruler, or I like to use my Trimmer by George too, just because it's one more tool that I can just kind of consolidate down from that large quilting ruler and use the acrylic ruler side of that. And then you're just going to trim your backing fabric even with the edge of your quilt. So even with that raw edge right here, just remove that extra fabric. And then after that, guys, you're pretty much done. You got to do the cheater sleeve method that I'll show you guys next week. And then you add your binding and you're good to go. So do we have any questions on backing options?
That was a quick down and dirty lesson. I love that. Okay. So let's see if we have any questions. Ruth wants to know what Janome you're using. By the way, we love all brands and everything we do is multi-formatted. Yep. But you're using, is that the
15,000? Yes, ma'am. Oh, Ruth, that's just, was a holder that we used many years ago that was for a GoPro.
Oh, so yeah, everyone always asks that.
I know.
Just a weird modification is all. Okay, let me ask you guys this. We're a couple minutes away from having our first shop. Join us live over in New York. But what has been something that you've learned this week? Okay, whether you're new and you've dropped a number 1 or you've been around for a long time, was there anything that you learned this week during Hoop Sisters Academy that you're going to take with you going forward in your quilting? I would love to know in the comments. And let's see. I'm going to take this out of our feed if that's okay.
Yeah.
You done with that?
Yep.
Okay, good to know on the pre-wound monopoly. Yes, ma'am, we do have that. What else? What have we learned this week?
I think, so no one asked me.
Pinning.
But okay, pinning, yes. Pinning is a really big one. I think one of the days that I feel like I shared the most tips was actually the applique day, which I think is what people are generally the most comfortable with. But I shared a ton of good reminders on proper trimming techniques when you're trimming your applique in the hoop. Just really good reminders, things that you might not think about if you're just having fun and trimming. And I don't know, go check that one out if you didn't see it, because we shared a lot of good tips there.
There's been a lot of awesome comments coming in about what they learned. And I've seen a version of this comment a couple times, which makes me feel like I can actually do it not as complicated. That's fantastic. Someone else said, this makes me think quilting maybe isn't as overwhelming as I thought. Man, that's cool. That is super cool. Okay.
Serpentine stitch instead of stitch in the ditch. Yes. And Nina, I think it's Nina that commented, and she also said another reason, which thank you for reminding me of this, Nina, that we do like the serpentine stitch. I've been using that serpentine stitch for so many years. I forget about this sometimes, but it does help your seams lay even flatter than just a straight stitch in the ditch. And it's easier, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Michelle said I'm not saying your name right. I know I'm not, because you have an A. Michelle said that she learned that Battleizer is a game changer and using the ruler. Yep. Okay. So cool. How to join the blocks. All right. So those are all amazing things. And we're super glad that we were able to come live this week and kind of host a free crash course, right? Yes. So we feel like you guys are ready to tackle it all. And then I will say too, we've got that workshop next week. It's also free to attend and watch and learn. So make sure that you sign up and get registered for that. And I think at this point, if Nina, if you could drop that registration link one more time, that would be great. And then we will get ready to queue up Alyssa from Aurora any second. There's a couple questions. You want to just grab one real quick before we get Alyssa on?
Do you press your seams open or to one side? We press them to one side. And then someone was saying, why did you align the Sashing Center with only one basting stitch? So Lori, it's not truly aligned with just one basting stitch. Oh, and now it's covered up, so I can't show you. It's really centered right over that seam, but that basting, I just was showing you the basting stitch that you could see because I pressed my seams to one side. So you can kind of still see the one basting stitch from the block, which that should be right where your seam is because that is where you are joining your blocks together.
Okay. We don't have time for any more questions.
Okay, I'll get out of here.
Get out of here.
Oh, you might want to.
Oh, okay. Diane, I'll do this is my last question, and then I'm going to bring on Alyssa. There's no class tomorrow. We are going to have, though, 4 shops who chose to do pre-recorded videos, and their videos are going to air in our VIP Facebook group tomorrow starting at noon. So 4 more shops doing that. Okay. We'll answer more questions next week during that workshop, but I want to introduce you to a super fun shop owner, Alyssa McDonald from Aurora. Hello.
Hi, how are you guys?
I'm so glad to see you.
Yes, me too. I'm so glad you guys invited me. I'm so excited to be here. I'm Alyssa McDonald from Aurora Sewing Center. We have my brother and I are the owners of this business. We own 3 locations. So I know that's crazy, but we do. So we have 3 locations. We have one in East Aurora, New York, one in Williamsville, New York, and one in Rochester. So we're in Buffalo, which is closer to Niagara Falls. So we do have 3 locations of brick and mortar stores. But like most of our stores, we also have online shopping, which we have a bunch of product there. And then we also do comments sold once a week. And, I heard another shop say, we have an app. So it's Aurora Sewing is our app. We do comments sold once a week. We did one today. We're actually moving over to Tuesday. So Aurora Sewing Center has been around actually for 46 years. My brother and I have taken over the business and have owned it for 7. So we're really proud of that. And we're a multi-line dealer. So we have Bernina, Baby Lock, Juki, Burnett, Janome, Brother, and I feel like I'm missing one. I do this every time.
You might as well just say the only one you don't have.
I know, because I mess it up every time. We sell all types of machines. We're fabric shops. We have many classes. We still have virtual classes. So we do probably 3 virtual classes a day. We have classes in our Buffalo stores. Our Victor store is newer. We've only been around open for 2 years. So we're still trying to get that going. So classes, pay attention. They're coming. We're working on it. But what I'm excited is I know my mother owned the business before my brother and I. And I know she had HoopSisters a long time ago because Aubrey and Sarah were at conventions going, no, we know about you guys. So we, I know she had them. We looked at it. We were like, okay, we're still really new in the business. So last year we dove in deep, and I will say I love it. I'm a big embroiderer. I do sew, but I'm a big embroiderer. So this hit my wow factor. Actually, the first thing that I tackled with HoopSisters was actually the diamond skill builder. Because, when you are learning, you just dive into the first thing. It is a skill builder. So that's what's nice. It's teaching you the skills. Well, it taught me a lot. A lot. But I think it's really cool. And I know today is the backing and sashing, which I'm so excited because that's something I've never done. And I did it all by myself because the instructions are so good. Yay. I did it. And I was so proud of myself that I could actually accomplish this. And I know it's black and it's hard to see, but totally awesome. Serpentine stitch, awesome. Monte Palo. I mean, you guys, Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because it's so exciting to have that. Everybody does the traditional backing, and this is a little different. And this is awesome. So yeah, I'm going to do the typical.
Yeah,
We've got to show our phone numbers and our business. We also service all makes and models in our store, and we have on-site technicians at all 3 locations, which is great. So let me think. What else can I tell you guys? There's so much to tell you. HoopSisters products are all on our website. So I know there's some new product out there. So we have the new ones up. You can see we enjoy HoopSisters because here's all the things that we have that I could bring down into our Zoom room because I didn't want to be on the store floor.
Yeah.
We have a class going on. It was a little loud. So I was like, I'm going to go downstairs so you guys can hear me. So yeah, it's been great. I love working with Aubrey and Sarah and Nina. If it wasn't for them saving me every time my ridiculous questions.
Oh no. You know what you're doing. Don't you lie. You know what you're doing.
Yeah, but sometimes there's some crazy emails that I go out like, I don't understand. So yeah, but no, previous I was not in the sewing world and now I am, and it's awesome. I love the community. I love all the customers, and we always call it like a country club, and it's really, really wonderful to be part of. It really is.
Yeah, it is. We get to work with fun people like you. Do you guys see why we love her? She is full of energy and I absolutely love it. Alyssa, give us your website so I can type it in the chat too. Oh, there. I love it. There it is.
So AuroraSewingCenter.com. We have, we do have the machines we're allowed to sell online is on there. We have over 300 classes between 4 months. I mean, we're constantly having classes in person, virtual. Everything's on the website for you to look at the classes and register. We do record our classes, so the recording is available. That's a really big question. It is available for 3 days, so we do have recorded classes, and you can go back and watch. So I know it's not a Hoop Sister advertisement, but we do have a teacher, Donna Ralph, that does embroidery on cards. Like everybody knows her, so that's one of our teachers. We have Eileen Kasicki, who does a lot with AccuQuilt. So we're also an AccuQuilt dealer shop. So there's a lot on there. So it's really great to have all those offerings, not only in store, but also online. As everybody knows, everybody's an online shopper now. COVID has done that for us, but it's been a great thing because we can still connect with people all over the world. And that is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, like right now we have someone from Germany watching right now. Like that would never happen if we didn't have the power of the internet, right?
That's right. That's right. I mean, it's amazing, and it's awesome that we're not just reaching our small demographic, we're reaching out and bringing them into this amazing community that we have.
Yeah. So are you a Buffalo fan? Buffalo Bills fan?
Yeah. We're going to do it this year because we never say that. That's our idea. Every year, like maybe this year, like this is the year, right? I think we've said that for 20 years. So we're just going to, and that's what's, we were flying back from a trip and we got stuck on a plane, and the wonderful world of flying now, and everybody is like, well, you know what, we never give up. That's what Buffalo is. We're always cheerleaders. We never give up. We hang in there. It doesn't matter what happens. We're at it again the following year. That's
awesome. You got that spirit, and it's super cool that you guys are like second generation too. So
yeah, we are. And a lot of people always say, how do you work with your brother? I do. I mean, I don't know. We understand each other. It works. Were we close when we were younger? No. But here we are, and we're business partners, and it works really well. Really well.
That's good.
Yes.
I get it. I work with my sister.
I know. You guys are a family owned, so I get it. We understand each other. There's days, right? But we're
right.
And when someone doesn't have enough sleep.
Someone in the comments just said that you are fantastic and you've been the most dynamic and she likes your enthusiasm. So
Thank
you
you
can tell you love this industry. So it's amazing.
I do. My mom tried for years and I kept fighting it, but now I'm in it and I love it.
Great. Awesome.
Yes.
All right, dear. Well, you have a few more minutes and I feel like I've interrupted you a couple times. Is there anything else about your shops that you would love to share?
No, but yes. You know what? There's so much to say about our shops.
Yeah.
What's really nice, we have the 3 locations are all different and they're unique to their own. They have their own personality, which is really, really nice to say. Our East Aurora shop is actually, I always call it the hallmark of shops because the town is like a little Hallmark story and it is always in Hallmark movies. So it's a cute Norman Rockwell little town. There's a 5 and dime shop here. Our Williamsville store is a house that was turned into a store. So it's got its own unique look. And then our Victor store is in a plaza. So, I mean, you talk about 3 completely different stores, but we're all the same company and we all work together, which is amazing.
So I have a question from YouTube. I don't know if you can see it, but Mary on YouTube is asking how big your shops are. She also commented a minute ago and said that you guys get a lot of snow in Buffalo because she lives in Syracuse.
Yeah, so we do. Well, let me rephrase that. We did. I feel like other places that normally don't get weather like that are getting it, but no, we get snow once in a while. We've had a few times. Our shops. So our East Aurora and Victor store are probably our larger shops, about 5,000 square feet ish. And then our Williamsville store is a little smaller because of the house scenario. It's a little chopped up, but it is all shoppable. Each store has demo, machines, fabric patterns, embroidery designs, long arms. I mean, you name it. Our shops are full equipped shops, classrooms. So everything is at all 3 stores. So, but they're a nice size.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they are.
I love that they have their own little unique personality too. So I feel like you could drive and visit each one of them and see something different.
You definitely would. All 3 stores have different style fabric too, because they all are different. I always look at East Aurora's are more traditional. Williamsville's are more modern, and Victor is actually like everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. It's been wonderful. It's a great, I love that they all have their personalities, and each store manager and each store with the employees are all their own personality, and you can feel it and sense it. And we always make you welcome and at home. That's our goal.
That's awesome. Great. Well, we love working with you. You guys are so much fun. We love
working with you.
All right. You got other things coming up that you want people to know about?
Oh my goodness, it never stops.
I
know. Never.
So there's that 300 list.
I know. Starting in October, we have our club, which will be, it's going to be Aurora Social Club, which is what we have. It's a lecture demo. We have some special guests coming in. So look on the lookout for the information on that. It's still being worked on. Someone's a little delayed, but it's okay. It's going to happen. But I'm really excited about that. And we do offer it virtually. So once that is advertised, it will be on our website for you to be able to look it up and join it. But I'm excited about October hitting and getting that started. I'm ready for fall because then I actually will stay home and sew.
Yeah. You stay home. I feel like all summer, I'm like, Alyssa's traveling again. I can see her on Facebook. Oh, she's at a show. Oh, she's on vacation. Oh, she's at another show.
Yeah, that's what it's been.
Yeah.
Well, as you guys know, all conventions happen more in the summer. So it's just what we've been doing. It just keeps us going. Yeah. Keeps us learning, so we bring it back for you guys all to know it. So that's why.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Cool. Mm-hmm. All right, dear. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you, and I'm sure we'll be talking soon. Keep keeping busy.
Oh, yep, I am. Thank you, everybody. Have a great holiday weekend.
You too. Thanks. Bye-bye. Awesome. I just love Alyssa. She is full of energy, and she's always full of energy. Like, I need coffee or I can't do it. And I feel like she probably doesn't even drink coffee. I absolutely love it.
She drinks coffee.
You think she does?
I think she has caffeine.
We should have asked her. Someone said that you're a hoot. I agree. Absolutely love it.
Oh, that's cute.
Okay. Do you want to introduce our next special guest?
I do.
See him in the waiting room.
I do. I see him too.
Okay.
We are excited to introduce you to Kruusn Quilt Shop and Retreat Center. And she just recently had a name change in the last couple months. So I wanted to make sure I got it right. Linda will be joining us. It looks like she's got some others joining us too.
Hi.
Well, hi, everyone.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
We're doing good. I got my whole crew with me here today.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome. Hi, everyone.
So we are new to Hoop Sisters.
Did it again. There you go.
Yes, you are. But I see
Try to get the reverb
I
out.
see you got a pretty one behind you.
We do. One of our customers brought this in yesterday, so we would have it to show from your mystery
That's so
quilt.
nice of them. That's great.
Yeah. She even said she loves the little labels that you include, so she added that. I don't know if you can see it. But yeah, we don't have a whole lot of projects made up because, like I said, we are new to Hoop Sisters, and we just started selling machines. We are selling Necky sewing machines and embroidery machines, and you can see one model right here. So we just are starting and new to machine embroidery, although I've done it for years.
Nice.
But we're super excited to have you as part of our store.
Yeah, we're super excited too. And I also, Annie in the comments said she loves your t-shirts. You're prepared.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
That's cute.
Yes, we still play with blocks.
Yeah, I love it.
All right. So
Anyway,
someone's asking what the hoop hanging clips at the top on the presentation are that you have. You got some clips up there? Oh, holding the quilt, I think.
pant hangers.
Yep.
Oh, pant hangers. Yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I think
That's easy enough. That's a good idea.
Super simple.
Yep. Love it. All right. Go ahead.
So we obviously you can see lavender love. We love lavender. It grows all year round here on the beautiful Oregon coast. Our shop is located in a 5,000 square foot home. This was our family home. I have been in the industry for over 25 years as a pattern designer, dyer, fabric designer. And when the family was no longer in our house and it was just the hubby and I said, guess what, honey, we're zoned right. I'm going to open a quilt shop.
Perfect.
So in 2018, I opened a quilt shop with one room, this first room, and I will take you on a little tour of the shop in a little bit. But I opened up with this one room that we're in right now and have expanded to take over the whole main floor of the house. So the house has 3 stories, and we're actually on the 2nd story is the main level. And then upstairs, we have our retreat center that we have private retreats for up to 4 ladies. Our retreats are all inclusive, so you get lodging, meals, everything, access to all our equipment, and you get to play in the quilt shop for 24 hours a day while you're here.
Ooh.
Yeah, and we cook for you.
Nice.
Wow.
So the store is about 2,000 square feet now in multiple rooms. We have a repair shop. We'll be repairing Necky machines here pretty soon. I am getting ready to go to sewing machine repair school.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be fun to be a shop here on the Southern Oregon coast. We are in a small community. But I'm super excited because I've been playing with the new Necky machines, and everything that I've embroidered recently has been on that. So this morning I did
Oh, yes.
this. So how fun is that?
I love
We
that.
have this on our website.
Mm-hmm.
And adding that little accent of color on the bottom just makes it so fun.
Yeah, I love it.
That little lemon fabric. And then I was super excited to see the, maybe Sarah, maybe you can walk up there and show that closer to the camera. The camera's a little bit of ways from me. So I was super excited to see this in the pumpkins, the free block. Because I do a big offsite retreat every year and in October. And so guess what everybody's going to get in their little goodie bag?
Aww, that's
They're going to get a pumpkin mug rug. So I got 2 made, 25 more to go. And then, So the lady who brought me this quilt yesterday, she brought me this too because she wanted me to talk about one thing that she always does, and she creates a sample. So she created a sample block of your quilting, and she writes on it, and she wrote on what she had on the back, and maybe Sarah can get that a little closer to the camera so people can see what she does. Perfect.
So pretty. Wow.
Thank
Look
you,
at
Sarah. So she keeps that as a little sample so she knows what she's done with each of the projects. The other thing, and I've kind of been watching the other shops' videos, and this is something I do. I always print out the instructions and put them in a binder, and then I mark off as I do the steps with pencil so I can erase it when I go back to do it again. It just makes it so that you don't miss a step. So just a cool little tip.
Yeah. We love it.
And then maybe Sarah can put this up there. This is our information. So everything in our store is on our website. And a little bit closer, maybe, Sarah. Sarah can't see what I can see. There you go. Perfect. So we're Kruusn Quilt Shop and Retreat Center. There's our phone number. We're a NECI authorized dealer. And that is our website. Everything in our store is on our website.
Hey, I have a question in the comments, and I know you just said this, but can you say again what town in Oregon you're in?
Coos Bay.
Coos Bay. Okay, and it's 2 words.
2 words.
Yep.
Yep. Southern Oregon coast. So it never gets above 80 and never gets never freezes here pretty much.
Wow.
Whoa. We don't get snow.
That's amazing because it's 90 something where we are now, and snow's going to be here in a few months.
Yeah, no, not here. Not here. The wind is the biggest thing here. And we also sell all the monopoly. We love Superior, the Vanished Light that you guys recommend. We have that. We just got in our order. Thank you, Nina, for getting it to us so fast. We got in our trimmers by George. I actually sold my personal one to a customer who wanted it. I was like, how am I going to do this without my trimmer? We have the Autumn Garden in.
Yeah.
And Sarah, why don't you show them the fabrics that we chose?
Oh.
So I don't have this made yet. My sample maker is working on it. So that is our the stem, and then you can see all those great fabrics that we have brought together to
that's going to be pretty.
Create that. And we will have kits for that on our website. Hopefully they'll be up later today.
Oh, they're going to sell. Those are beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And then we also have the sunflower table topper, and that, and I don't have a kit done up yet for that one, but we will have a kit done for that one and a sample in the shop.
Awesome.
And we have Battleizer, we have the Lavender Love. So like I say, we're just getting started with Hoop Sisters, but we're looking forward to bringing more stuff in. And I think I have a few more minutes left, so can I give everybody a tour of our shop?
Yeah, we'd love that.
Hey,
all right, so can we switch to my my cell phone camera?
Yep. Now you're on there.
Okay.
There
you go.
There's Sarah.
Sarah's ready. She's busy today.
Yeah, she's like, okay, I have a job to do. All right. So when you come in our store, obviously our store is in a house. Mm-hmm. And we have a beautiful front garden. We sell a lot of By Annie products. We were the Oregon winner of the By Annie contest for the best quilt shop in Oregon.
Oh, that's amazing.
That is so cute.
Yeah. Have a huge notion wall. I never thought when I opened this little store in this one little room right here that we would grow to where we're at today.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Keeps going.
Upstairs, there's our retreat center with our private suite.
Nice.
You know, when you come to one of our retreats, there's not going to be any negative Nellies unless you bring them with you.
They're not allowed.
Not allowed here. And we always say when people come here, they become part of the Kruusn Quilt Shop family because this is my home.
Oh, I
And
love
here we go. It just goes on and on.
I
We do
love
love
it.
our ombres.
So pretty. Look at it. That's great. You guys have a lot of fabrics.
And there's still one more room.
Wow.
Boutiques. And we actually have a lounge for the husbands
Oh, that's
Oh.
perfect.
and a coffee bar.
Oh my gosh. I need to go here.
I know. You need to come have a
Oh, don't tell
team building retreat.
This seriously is so cozy and homey, but there's so much room at
Yeah.
the same time.
Yep. That is awesome. Lots to see.
Anyway. See
So
if I
cool.
that's not what I wanted to do. I was going to see if I could flip my camera around. And there we go. All right, so that's a tour. That's a tour of our shop. We do have our little Miss Thumbelina in the shop, our little Yorkie puppy.
Aw.
Who's our mascot, but she's decided to make her presence unknown for the moment.
She's stage fright.
She's on strike for right now, huh?
Yeah. We don't know
done a
where she
great-
went. She's usually right here with everybody. All right. So thank you for letting us have this opportunity to share our beautiful shop and home with all your viewers. And we look forward to doing a lot more with Hoop Sisters.
I love it. Thank you so much. And I do have one quick question before
Sure.
you go. It sounds like your retreat center, we've got people saying, ooh, that would be fun. And they're wondering if they can book it online. So can they book that on your website?
No, they have to call
Okay.
the shop and talk to me to
Show me that
You show that
one.
number one.
Yeah.
There we go.
541-808. I'm typing it. No, I'm not typing it. Let me redo that. Don't move. Don't move. Sorry. 9972. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for the opportunity. And we look forward to creating more great, beautiful embroidery with you.
Fantastic. All right. We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okie dokie.
All right. Well, we've got two great shops down. We've
Yes.
got one more awesome shop to go. And I see that she is ready to go and eager to talk and share what she has. So we're going to talk with Jeannie right now from Richland Sewing Center.
Another one of my favorite people. Hey,
There
Jeannie.
she is, looking pretty in red.
Jeannie.
Thank you.
OH.
Oh, oh my gosh, that guy. Thank you, Nina.
So
That
you're
was
a
great.
Texas Buckeye. I love
I am
it.
a Texas Buckeye. That's right. And the first game is tomorrow. For
You
this
know it.
Oh,
You're-
We'll be watching.
You got your red on.
Okay. Well, I'm the one that causes Hoop Sisters more trouble than any.
You-
I just
Stop
I
it.
just put my name on the email. I say, this is your troublemaker. And they know exactly who I am.
You do say that, but we love
laugh.
you.
We laugh.
Yeah,
We're
we
like,
I never remember anything. I can never find anything. I can never do anything right, but I get it done by the time we're done. So
yeah. We're
I-
great. We're
Hey,
great.
I have been with Hoop Sisters since you very first began. And when I walk back to the back of the shop, you'll see one of the very first quilt block of the months that y'all did. And it was just, we've done classes and things with Hoop Sisters, and y'all are just so fun. And I always do like to tease and play with you. So that's great.
Well,
So
right back at you.
That's right.
All
That's
right. You take it away.
Okay, well, it's Richland Sewing Center is the name of our shop. We're in Hurst, Texas, which is actually the northeast corner of Fort Worth. And right now, it is way too hot to be here.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I was back in Ohio right now. But we've been in business for a long, long time. I married into the family. My husband's family has had the business for many, many years. I'm walking out here carefully into the main part of our store because sometimes the phone doesn't like being out here. We are a multi-line machine store. So we carry Viking and Pfaff and Janome and Brother. And then we have a long arm quilter also that's marketed by Janome. know me. So
Wow.
we do a lot with machine sales, a lot of classes, a lot of trainings, a lot of repair. So the main part of our store, which you can kind of, I'm going to turn around a little bit. And the reason I'm being hesitant, we have plenty of space, but for some reason, the router on my phone doesn't like being in this part of the room. So I'm not going to go too far, but want me to turn the phone around to walk around? Is that okay?
Yeah. That's fun.
And I don't know, actually, I don't even see the button and I'm afraid to turn it. So I'll just turn around backwards. We have a lot of fabric. We have a huge fabric department. We have a shop hop going on right now. We carry a lot of panels, which I don't know if you can see. There's this big laundry rack here that is totally full of panels. And we have them all cut. And we have numbers on them, so we get the panels that people want. We try and display as many as possible because we just can't display everything. That just doesn't work. But as you can see, our walls are pretty much covered with we have panels and projects all over the place. I wish I could get this to turn around, but for some reason, there's a word down there that says leave, so I'm afraid to touch it.
Yeah, right. Don't do that.
I'm not good on this. But just to see. So I'm going to come over here. We've got a couple Hoop Sister things over here because we try and keep up to date. This one's been around for a while, but I've done that one as a class, that star that's behind me. I've done that as a class several times. And of course, the pumpkin, there's the new pumpkin with the little raggy edges, I've done one recently. This used to be our classroom in here, and now this is purely fabric department. My little sewing area is back here in the corner, so I just have to show you. I'm actually working on a Janine Babbage embroidery right now for fall. So this is my machine back here. So I'm kind of hidden behind some of the bolts of fabric, which works out really well because then people don't know I'm here sometimes.
You can get things done.
I know some of you know it's hard to get things done.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back here towards the back. We have a work counter back, and there's fabric. Our Christmas, we have so much Christmas and Halloween and fall. We do Kimberbell, and of course we're in Modaland because Moda Fabrics is right here. So we obviously do a lot with that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to show you. This is called Crazy Compass. Do any of you remember this?
Oh, yes.
This is the original Hoop Sister block of the month, and we did 3 of them in different colors.
Oh, wow.
That was Halloween, one that was golds that I did, and this is one my fabric girl did. So it's been really fun to do that. And so I'm going to walk over into the classroom because I have I'm in the back room right now, and I'm walking over to the classroom.
How many square feet is your store, Jeannie?
I don't even know.
It's big.
We keep filling it up, and this is our classroom. So I'm going to kind of turn around. I don't know if you can see.
Oh, yeah.
Our classroom is quite big. We can do 20 people in here.
Wow.
Right now, there's a sew-in going on. So there's a lot of girls in here working. So we have an area that's set up with chairs. Barb, can I get this to turn around without messing up what I'm doing?
You should be able just to turn your screen.
Well, I can't see it.
Let's see here.
I'm trying to figure out how to turn this around.
Yeah, you're fine. Someone said your store looks huge. I agree. It just keeps going and going.
Nope, that's just your
No,
camera.
that's not.
Okay.
I can't get it to turn.
No, I can't
You've
either.
only had one successful turning of the camera.
I am so
during this whole
sorry.
thing.
Normally I can turn it around. Well, okay, I'm just going to go backwards. But I've got girls here working on things, and we do have a lot of room over here. My husband keeps telling me we don't need all this room. And we keep going, yes, we do. This area right here, you can see we have set up with chairs.
Nice.
Because we have a quilt club, and we have something called deck club that come in once a month. And it's so fun to get everybody together. So that really is neat. So we have that area. We have big cutting tables over there. We have the irons and everything in here. So it works really well. But what I really want y'all to see, this is one of my cuts. Did you pick it up? Okay. Working on Elegant Elements, which is from 2016.
Oh, yeah.
And started it then. So Rose, where is it? I'm going to show part of it that's on the wall. I have to turn around backwards. So can you see behind?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
that's
really pretty.
some of it. Here's some of it on the table. I'm going to walk across. I've got a lot of ladies in here who have done Hoop Sister projects. And so I kind of wanted to talk about those because that's cool. Oh, this looks awesome. Look at, I don't know if you can see this.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Look at
Coming together.
And what she's going to do after everything is all together, she's going to put another layer of the lightweight batting behind it with another backing and then quilt it, even though everything is quilted on the back. And she's got this really pretty fabric on the back.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so proud of her. She's been working on this for years. So
Stop.
it's really good. So these are some of the other girls that are sewing today.
Hello, ladies.
Our front door. Guys, say hi, Hoop Sisters. So they're all working on different things. Some are embroidering, some are sewing, some are quilting. Some are paying a lot of attention to this table.
Oh.
So this is lunch.
Oh, it's lunch.
We don't have a kitchen. That's one thing that we're missing, but we do have a refrigerator and sinks and stuff too. So they really do like to bring different things to work on. So we try and inspire people with all different levels of classes and things. So we have beginner classes and more advanced classes. We teach a lot of classes on our machines because obviously if somebody spends that much money on a machine, they really need to know how to use it.
Yeah,
That's right.
gotta learn, huh?
That's right.
So we're kind of known for that. Even people that buy machines at other stores will come here and take classes with us. And of course they have to pay. I'm coughing.
Okay.
Can I take a sip of yours? No, she doesn't want me to take a sip. No, I'm here.
She
Yeah,
said no.
coffee. Okay, I'm going to scoot back over here to the other room. But we don't have a retreat center, but boy, a lot of our girls go on retreats. That seems to be really popular. I'm sorry.
Your classroom is big enough for a retreat center. Just need some sleeping bags.
That's what I told him. I said, if they throw some sleeping bags on the floor, that would probably be just fine. Obviously, I've been talking too much today.
Yeah, I
I
understand.
also do a lot with quilting, like with the quilting with rulers. And I know that if you do Hoop Sisters, you don't need to do that.
Yeah.
But quilting with rulers is really fun. And that's something that I really love to teach. I am a teacher. I'm a retired teacher. I taught mostly in Ohio. And then also here in Texas or something. So teaching is my love. And we also have a doggie here too. And she's under the table over there.
Aww.
We have a little Shih Tzu that's here all the time. And some people come in the store and say, "Where's Sassy?" They don't want to see me. They don't want to see anybody. They just want to see the dog.
I want to see Sassy.
So, which is great. So, but my big thing is teaching. We want to make sure people do know how to use what they purchase.
Yeah.
We try to keep a lot of notions and accessories and everything like that. But obviously the big thing to me is teaching. I love to teach. I love to have people here. I have a lot of good teachers that join me and that teach other classes. We kind of try and divide it up. We're getting ready to have something called Schoolhouse, which is one time we come in on Sunday after church and we have 6 or 7 different classes in a round robin. And everybody just moves around all day Sunday and does 6 or 7 different projects. So that's coming up soon.
Cool. Yeah.
Fun.
So we always have it in September. So that's kind of a really fun event. But we do a big show. The OSQE show is our big show during the year. And that's a big thing here in Texas. And then, of course, Quilt Market and Quilt Festival are coming up. So I'll probably see you guys at Quilt Market.
We aren't going to be there this year.
You're kidding. I'm not going to go.
What'd you say?
I said, I'm not going to go. Are you not going to be there?
We're really not for the first time ever. I know. It's weird.
Always there.
I know.
Well, I'm sure there's a good reason going into that. But that's kind of the story of our store. Like I said, my husband is trying to retire. His parents have retired. And he's trying to retire. I have no desire to retire because I do love what I do.
Oh, that's the thing. Yeah.
My other hobby is 4-legged, and that's horses. And I have a couple horses, but unfortunately, this time of year in Texas, it's really hard.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just so stinking hot here.
Yeah.
How's the weather in Ohio?
It is stinking hot here too. Not as bad as you, but it is 94 right now, and just humid and nasty. Yeah, so we're glad to be inside.
I think it's
really hot for Ohio.
It is.
I think it's supposed to cool off a little bit next week, but yeah, right now it's really hot.
Yeah, they're telling us that the Labor Day weekend it should be a little bit cooler. So I'm hoping maybe I can get my horse out.
That would be
I,
great.
I usually come to Ohio in October because Quarter Horse Congress takes place in Columbus.
Oh.
It took my family a long time to figure out why I always visited in October. But they finally did. So I'm up there, but I don't know if I'll make it this year or not too. What would you like to ask me? I could sit here and talk all day, but
Well, the one thing I want to do is put your website in our comments of the live. Which will you rattle your website off to
Yes.
me?
Richland Sewing, RICHLAND, richlandsewing.com is the website. And then our Facebook page, of course, is Richland Sewing Center. And every day at 2:00, I do a live. So my live kind of ran right into this one on me.
Yeah.
I go on every day. Sometimes I actually sound intelligent and show a technique or something. And sometimes I'm just silly on there. So, but people seem to enjoy it. So I've been doing that since COVID.
That's
So
awesome.
I never miss a day, even when I'm out of town. I try and do that. So to keep in touch with my customers, and some people are all over the world sometimes. That
Yeah.
are live. So that's really kind of fun. So
Yeah.
tune into that. It's Richland Sewing Center on Facebook, and then the richlandsewing.com for the website. And so take a look at that. We'll be excited. We have a new machine coming. I'm sure y'all are aware of it. We sell the Brothers. So the new machine's like,
Yeah.
we just went to training, and we're so excited about that. But we're excited about all of our machines. We love what we have, and we love what we sell. So, but tell me what else I can share.
You are we just love you to death. You're so fun. I don't even know what else you can share, but okay. We have another shop in the comments that said you must go to market.
I wish you would go to market, but I understand. So maybe
Well, she might have been talking about you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Carol Ann says you must go to market or she'll miss her roommate.
Oh, that's right. Because Carol Ann is going to be there from Houston.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's talking to you.
Okay, that sounds good. So much.
Oh, and someone said they just joined your Facebook group.
Oh, good.
So, yeah.
Thank you so much, Hoop Sisters, for letting us do this. This has been really fun. And of course, I have to admit that I forgot what day I was supposed to do it until you. So,
Well, that's
That's why I'm here.
yeah, that's why Nina's here. She'll make sure everyone's
here,
where they need to be when they need to be there.
he gets me out of trouble all the time.
All right. Well,
Again, you guys have a great afternoon.
you too. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Okay.
Jeannie.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, she is too cute.
She's fun.
Okay.
Seriously, we are so blessed, aren't we?
We really are.
I mean, every time after we talk to somebody, I'm always like, they're just so fun.
I know, and I'm always
We
like,
love
oh,
them.
here comes my favorite shop
I
on
know.
next. I'm like, oh no, this one. It's just
So-
like the quilts. I can't decide. I
That's
can't
true.
have a favorite, right?
I think this one's my favorite right now. This was my favorite right now. So,
Yes.
and we do. We have some great shops, great people, great personalities, beautiful displays in their shops, and they do. I saw someone say something about it feels so homey. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It does. You know, you feel like you're part of their family because they talk to you like you are.
Yes.
So it's really awesome. So we're so glad we got to share Hoop Sisters with you and some of our shops.
Yes, and that's just some of them.
So, I say we have a
That's
lot of
just
shops,
some of 'em.
and they're all just as amazing. Even if we didn't get to showcase those this week, but I'm glad we were able to show you some.
Yes, and we do have a giveaway coming up. I did see a question from Kathy, I think it was on YouTube, and asked to see the back of the serpentine stitch.
She wanted to see the front
or the
actually.
front. Okay, well, there's the back, and she did this in red, which you wouldn't want to do, but she wanted you to be able to see it. So there's the serpentine stitch.
Which honestly, it's still hard to see if I'm honest.
And maybe
But-
with that summer, get that quilt out.
You know what? I had this out earlier, and this is a good example.
All right, Sarah's gonna bring another example.
On the back, I think you
Oh
can
yeah, that's
see it a
better.
little bit
Oh yeah,
on
you
the
can
back.
see it better.
Okay,
yeah.
so here's the back as an example. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we
there,
go.
that's good. yeah.
Right there is the serpentine. This is the back. And then on the front, this is the serpentine here as well. And I will tell you, it blends right in.
It really does.
We're doing the All Ohio Shop Hop right now, and everyone that comes in looks at the big feathered star quilt right when they come in. They're like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And I tell them how it goes together. And then I have to point at it. I'm like, here's the, and they're like, and I said, you didn't see it till I showed it to you. Now you know it's there, but your eye doesn't pick it up. So it's pretty cool. So hopefully that answers that questions. Manta on Facebook. We are not sure. You would have to, someone's asking about which pre-round bobbins for their specific machine. I would check your owner's manual or call your shop. Because there's so many different kinds of machines. We sell 2 versions, and I'm told that they work. You just have to know which one you need. I don't know which one you need.
Yep.
Call
your dealer and they'll be able to help you.
Yeah, it does blend in really, really well. Okay, we're about to do our giveaway.
I see a couple weekends getting typed in quickly.
We'll get this giveaway going, but we did want to also let you know that we have, I was going to say, Nina, can you drop the link in the comments? But I'll do it. I'll do it.
Sure, I can run back to my office.
I'll do it real quick. Okay, so we're gonna drop this link. Just give me a second. I'm not as smooth as Nina. Let's see. Okay, so we do have a Labor Day sale going on right now. It's 30% off select items that are in the Labor Day category. I did just drop the link on YouTube and in Facebook. So anything, there's 2 pages in that category, and you need to use a coupon code, which is SALE30, SALE 30, okay?
And can I just mention real quick where that coupon code is? So when you're at checkout, right below where the subtotal is displayed, it'll say code/gift certificate. You want to click that and then enter in the code, SALE30, and then click apply. And then you'll see that 30% come off. Sorry, just wanted to throw that out there.
And if you're like, what? Then you can... call her, I almost said text. Don't text her, call her, email her, and she'll help you out. Okay, I am going to do this giveaway. We've had so much fun this week.
I love giveaways.
I do too. We've given away $20 5 times.
That's $100.
Okay, where's my, here we go. Okay, I got it. All right, anybody else want to drop this in real quick? The word weekend in the comments.
Weekend.
And we are going to.
If you've already done it, you only need to do it once.
It'll only take it once.
That's right. And if you do it multiple times, you don't get more entries. Sorry.
Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, Teresa Whitmer over on our Facebook. Thank you for joining in and congratulations.
Teresa, what you need to do is email me, Nina@HoopSisters.com. We've talked before, so you know what to do. So go ahead and email me. Let me know, hey, I'm the winner for today, $20 store credit. I'll get that in your account and let you know, and you'll be good to go.
And thank you again for hanging out with us for all 5 days or whatever, however many days you hung out with us. And we will be back with a spooky, cute live, tons of tricks and treats. I'm not even going to say trick or treat. I'm going to say tricks and treats. And what do we have tomorrow?
Yep. And just a reminder, we will not be live tomorrow. However, we do still have 4 more shops that have videos they've prepared for you where they talk about themselves, their store, their locations. We're excited to share those with you. Again, we won't be live, but those videos will start to be shared at noon Eastern tomorrow. So look for those. There's going to be 4 videos and they'll be back to back. So look for that, and I'll hang out in the comments. I'll do my best to get things answered. If you do have a question, I recommend reaching out to us directly though, since it is over the weekend. And we'll get you taken care of then. And a reminder that we are closed on Monday because of Labor Day.
Yep. So we will not be here Monday, but we will be back Tuesday and live again Wednesday.
Yep. And you can still call or email. We just won't get back to you until Tuesday. So
yes. Okay. Well, thank you all so much. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.